I'm not gonna make this a super long video, but I do want to try and make it an inspiring video. In this video, we're gonna talk about why you should be more uncomfortable. You may be wondering how that even makes sense. You know, comfort should be a good thing, right? It means you're safe, it means you're secure, but there's an inherent problem with that. You see, the more safe and secure you are, the less willing you actually are to go out and try new things. New things which may end up leading to new experiences, things you otherwise never would have experienced in your life. Now, P.T. Barnum once said that comfort is the enemy of progress, and he could not be more right. When you get comfortable with an everyday routine. Things tend to stay comfortable to you because you don't really venture past any of your preconceived walls, barriers, or even things that seem a little out of the ordinary for you. You don't really go out and experience new things because you're in your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is essentially a bubble around you and what you do every day that makes up the entirety of what you're used to. It's the life you know, it's the world you know, and it's the you that you know. Comfort is kind of a trap because we love comfort. Coming from an evolutionary perspective, comfort means life. It means safety, and that is something that humans internally crave. Put simply, to be uncomfortable to us means to be put in a situation in which we're in danger of some sort. Whether that danger is justified is a totally different subject. For example, most people nowadays hate public speaking. In fact, public speaking is often considered more feared than death itself. But think about this for a second, okay? In many nations now, they have laws that protect free speech, meaning that you can display an opinion or have an argument without having to be afraid of being imprisoned or killed. And yet this is something that people are afraid of doing, even though there can be no large punishment to doing so unless you completely disrupted public order. You're pretty much safe. And yet people hate public speaking simply because it's not something they're comfortable with. It's really interesting then how that comfort zone works. And spending some time to get used to what you are comfortable with and become aware of it will help you make better decisions down the line and how to get out of your comfort zone and experience brand new things. Not long ago, I went on a trip bungee jumping. It was probably one of the most out there and random things I've ever done, but also one of the things I would never take back. I would go and do it again 100 times. And I'll tell you, when you're not a huge fan of heights like me, but you're standing on that ledge with nothing between you and the ground but a little cable, needless to say, you're pretty uncomfortable in that position. But it was a kind of thrill, it was kind of something fun that I did that I immediately knew afterwards I would never regret doing, and that I was glad I did. Here's the overall point. You don't have to be an adrenaline junkie or someone who does something just for the experience alone. You don't have to do any of that stuff. But never turn down an obvious experience or opportunity that you can have just because you'd rather do something comfortable. What you're comfortable with becomes kind of mundane. It becomes something you do on autopilot. And when you do something on autopilot, guess where the time goes? It flies by because you don't notice it. You're not making the best of it. So when you have the opportunity to do something new, to break out of your comfort zone, to recognize that what you're doing may scare you in the short run, but become an awesome and amazing experience in the long run. I play with a band. When I first started playing with that band and we actually went out and played live shows, I was so nervous. I was like a nervous wreck. And that I can now stand up in front of an audience of people and play just like any other day became something so valuable to me that staying in my comfort zone would never have given me, ever. And so take a minute today and reflect on the things that you're doing day in and day out, and whether you're actually able to pick out any details in your everyday life. Because if you aren't, then life is passing you by. If you can't point to one day and say, I made the best of this day that I could, as if this were my last day on earth, if you can't say that, then I encourage you to go out, take more risks, learn new things, have new experiences, and overall, this will lead to you being a more fulfilled and happier person throughout all the parts of your life. So just a little motivation for you guys. I hope you go out and make the best of all the time that you have. Don't be afraid to try new things. Even if it doesn't work out, you often don't even regret trying them in the first place because you learned something new. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's a usual departure from my normal kinds of videos where I talk about either men's style, men's grooming, or any kind of subject like that. But we want to make this an overall men's lifestyle channel, and we don't want to exclude any part of that. So join the community, hit like and subscribe, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified every time we post out another awesome video. And I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Take chances, take risks, go out, live your life, and do things that you may recognize are good for you, but that you may be uncomfortable with. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.